This month there are no new games that I want to buy, at least until the 20th when Final Fantasy Type 0 HD comes out, so I decided to go back and cross off a few games from my Wii wishlist. Here are my first impressions of both of them. From the few hours I've spent with it so far, Endless Ocean 2 fleshes out the original game and gives you a lot more to do, making it more engrossing to play as a result. There's a lot more emphasis on looking for hidden treasure this time around, and much more varied environments to dive in. The game is still quite laid back and slow paced, which means it won't be to everyone's tastes, but that's what diving is like, right? While you will come across the occasional great white shark, you'll never really be under too much threat. Zapping hostile predators with your pulsar will pacify them after a few well-placed shots, and failing that you can always hide somewhere they won't be able to swim into until they lose interest and move on. Besides simply exploring under the water, you can also build your own aquarium, take people on guided diving tours, or join up with a friend over the internet and see what you can find together. If you happen to own the Wii Speak accessory that came with a few games like Monster Hunter 3 and Animal Crossing, you can use it to chat to your friend, or you can draw with the underwater pen. I'm still quite early on in the game at the moment, so I haven't unlocked all the different things you can do, but I have enjoyed myself so far. Just like its predecessor, Endless Ocean 2 is an incredibly relaxing game to play, and it looks pretty good too. Final Fantasy Fables Chocobo's Dungeon is a randomised dungeon crawler much like the classic Rogue, albeit somewhat gentler. Death isn't permanent in this game. Instead, when Chocobo's HP hits 0, you are thrown out of the dungeon you're currently exploring and you lose all your gil, as well as any items you've collected. Even though there's no way to die outright, the game is still pretty challenging. It took me all afternoon to get to the point where I could beat the first major dungeon and its fiery phoenix boss. To combat this, you can choose to escape each time you find the stairs down to the next level, or you can use teleport wings if you have them to warp out at any point. When you come back though, you will have to start at floor 1 again, or at any checkpoints that you may have activated along the way. Throughout the dungeon you will find treasure chests and equipment just lying around. Many of these items will have hidden properties that can be revealed by trying them out, using a special item to appraise them, or by taking them out of the dungeon. Using an unidentified item is somewhat risky because it may be cursed, or a random potion you find may turn out to be poison. There's also a job system in the game, and killing monsters will earn you job points as well as experience. A few hours into the game you unlock access to the Knight, White Mage and Black Mage jobs. I'm not yet sure if there are any more to unlock later in the game, but I would expect so. This game is incredibly addictive to play and manages to get its hooks into you in much the same way that something like Diablo 3 does. Long-time fans of the Final Fantasy series will also love the music in Chocobo's Dungeon, as it features new versions of classic tunes from throughout the series' history. The Wii may not have a huge library of RPGs, but it does have quite a few good ones, and this is no exception. I have enjoyed the time spent with both of these games so far, and will definitely be playing more of them. Hopefully I will be back with a full review of them at some point. In the meantime, stay tuned for another episode of Commodore Classics very soon.